Welcome back, trainers, and we have a pretty awesome video here taking a look at an XL Diggersby in Go Battle League for Season 7 paired up with Lugia and Azumarill. So I'm very excited for this one here. We did make this team a while back. You guys did enjoy it, said it helped you out quite a bit. For the people who do have a Lugia that is going to be eligible for the Great League, you're going to have to trade that and have the Ivy's tank. And let's go ahead and see here. So this is going to be a level 47, and I know a lot of people keep asking what's the difference between a high attack and a low attack, and why do I need lower attack for Great League or Ultra League, depending upon the CP of the Pokemon. And I'm going to show you exactly why. So we have the XL to the left and then the regular one to the right. So we have a 14, 15, 15 to the right, which is going to be non-XL level 40, and then we have the level 47. So you can see the attack is not going to be as good as the level 40 because the higher attack in IVs, but the stamina and the defense are going to be surpassing it greatly, which is going to help you survive attacks big time. Going up against each other is kind of irrelevant here. You know, the XL is going to win, but it is going to be relying on other matchups, not up against the mirror here. So taking a look at this, this was a great video. If you do enjoy it and if you want to help me out, go ahead and hit that like button and I'll be bringing you some more battles like these. So good stuff here. Now let's see what we have. The Lugia is not going to have Aeroblast because I want Hydro Pump for possibly Galarian Stunfisk, or maybe even a Registeel, or just steel types in general to give us coverage. Yeah, we do have Diggersby, but say it's out of commission or we're locked in there, the Hydro Pump's going to be helping us out a lot, as you're going to be able to see here. So after this battle, we are going to switch the Earthquake and Fire Punch. I don't like the Earthquake being to the right. I like the Fire Punch there. But with that said, we are going to be going 11-0. Let's get it with this team here. So, absolutely worth the investment. If you already have a Diggersby, you're like, well, I have a lot of XL candies. I just need to find, a better IV one to invest in if I'm going to be putting all this XL candy and Stardust into it. And to that, I say, yeah, definitely you want to go with the ideal IVs. You don't want just to invest in a random IV one. I personally went with this one because I was sick and tired of waiting, and it landed perfectly on 1500, and it is going to be a pretty good ranked one. I don't care about rank 1. Give me a break. We're just going to be going with this one here. But do you need the XL Diggersby compared to the regular one? I'm not going to say you do. The XL is going to be a luxury kind of a thing to have. Really nice. A little bit bulkier, taking more hits. But it is really going to just boil down to if you do have the resources to do this. Now let's get into the commentary here, folks. Let's have some fun. Let's go. We're met with a horrible lead here, so we're going to have to bail. We're going to go ahead and go into our Lugia, and they're going to be swapping into a regular Stunfisk here. Now this is not good because, well, they're going to be electric, and that is going to be resisting our flying. And we are going to have extra sensory. We did take a look at all those moves in the beginning there. And this is why I like Hydro Pump. See, if we had Aeroblast, sure, it would have done some decent damage, but it still resisted. Hydro Pump is going to do super effective damage. So, unfortunately, this is a interesting situation. We're absolutely going to shield since they do have a quick ground move, which is doing hardly any damage, and they're going to be forced to throw again. If they want to use 2 shields, by all means, go ahead and do that. And they're going to be letting it go down. They don't want to use that shield. In comes Medicham to finish me off with counters. That's a very rare sight to see, getting farmed down by counters with a Lugia. They're swapping into a Ferrothorn, sorry. And we're going to go ahead and let this Power Whip go through, doing a lot of damage, but this XL Diggersby can take a hit or two. Let's go. Absolutely can't take another one of those for sure, though. So we do have one shield left, getting to a Fire Punch. Beautiful. This is going to do a lot of damage to that Steel and Grass type, so we just need to get this thing out of here. I was contemplating how I'm going to pull this off. Did I need to go in here and farm a little with Lugia? And then I just said, the heck with that. Let's just take this thing out. And we're going to be able to swap because our clock's almost up here. And going in with the Azumarill right as the Medicham does enter into the battle here. And they're going Power Up Punch, and they have Ice Punch. We're looking beautiful here. We're going to go ahead and build up to Hydro Pump. Now let's go ahead and discuss the Azumarill and why I went with Hydro Pump. Play Rough is fantastic up against mirror matches or fighters or dark types or whatever the case may be, Umbreons. But if you do have Hydro Pump, it's going to help you out quite a bit. Like I said, because of those steel types is probably why we're going to have to go with that to kind of protect the Lugia to some degree here, also with its Hydro Pump. And it's been working out fantastic, as you can see with the 11-0. Now moving into the next battle here. And we're going to be met with a Galarian Stunfisk. I'm going to say we do have a few not great leads that we do come out of. And we're also going to have a lot of good leads. It's going to be pretty nice. It finally is going our way here. So they're going to be swapping into the Obstagoon, and we're going to go right into our Azumarill here. Now, a situation in where Play Rough would have been fantastic. Ice Beam is still going to hurt it. But they did reveal that they did have a counter, or not counter, but a cross chop. I think that was a mistake by going for that right away. So we don't have to really worry about any sort of gunk shot or anything like that. So we're going to let everything go through and build up quite a bit of energy here. Going for another Night Slash. The Azumarill's just farming away. They're going to be swapping, as a matter of fact, and we're going to be going for Ice Beam onto the Skarmory. And we're going to be gaining a little bit more energy. I should have probably went for Hyper Beam, or Hydro Pump. Could you imagine? I don't even think that would make Azumarill anything with a Hyper Beam. Anyway, swapping into Lugia to just start absorbing all of this energy that the Skarmory has been accumulating here, because Lugia is a pretty tanky Pokemon. Taking super effective damage is going to hurt it. But otherwise, you're going to be able to rely on it to take a few hits. And like we described when we did first make this video a while back, is the fact that Diggersby and Lugia and Azumarill are all going to be tanky Pokemon in which you can take turns and having them absorb damage to your needs. So we have the Galarian Stunfisk back out here, and we're going to be able to get to this Hydro Pump. This is why we have it. You see that? Look at that. Pretty much one-shotted it, and they're farming us down with a not very effective Mud Shot. We're going to go ahead and go in with our Azumarill just to have them use up their energy here. Beautiful. And then we're just going to simply go in here comfortably with the Diggersby, farm down, and start throwing some Fire Punches here. So they still have all their Pokemon. Now they're down to 2, and with 1 shield. Going in with that Obstagoon, and we've built up past 100 energy. You can't build up past 100, but we were wasting quick moves, but it doesn't really matter. And going for another one here, and we're almost to another Fire Punch, in which we're going to be able to take out that Skarmory. And beautiful. This was a nice run here. Now, did the XL help us out in this situation? Well, as you can see, we did have a bunch of health left, so technically not really. It's going to be those situations where it's holding on by a sliver. That is where the XL is going to be coming in handy for us. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our own Azumarill, as we do see one in the lead. They're going to be going into Registeel, and I can't say it enough. This is why we have Hydro Pump right up against that thing. Play Rough and Ice Beam, it's not great to throw at Registeel. It's not very effective. Hydro Pump, on the other hand, is getting stabbed and doing decent damage. So we're going to go ahead and let that go through. Going for an Ice Beam here in hopes I was going to get a shield out of them. And they're not giving it up. Could have taken them down, unfortunately. But now we're stuck here and have to go for another Ice Beam. We're not going to be using a shield. We don't want to do that. Lock-on is going to be able to eventually farm us down, but we're going to be able to get to another Ice Beam here. And taking them down. We have a sliver of health, which is actually really good. But this is not the best situation to be in. Lugia's doesn't really want to see that Ice Beam. It's not getting stabbed, but they don't have Ice Beam. They have Play Rough. So it looks like they're not going for the Hydro Pump. Beautiful. So we don't have to worry about the ice. So we're just going to go for our Sky Attack. Obviously, we're not going for no Hydro Pump up against an Azumarill. So let's see how this does play out. We're going to go ahead and shield one of these up here to start preserving the health a little bit. Diggersby is going to be able to handle Azumarill to some degree. Now that we know that it does have Play Rough and Hydro Pump, we don't have to worry about the Ice Beam. They're going to be swapping into a Skarmory, as we do swap into our Diggersby, and this is great. We're just going to start throwing these Fire Punches here like crazy and do super effective damage. Well, say shields are down. Could you go Earthquake and do a decent amount of damage? It is going to be part Steel type, the Skarmory. You're better off just going Fire Punches, okay? Just go ahead and do that. Go ahead and throw an Earthquake to see what happens. It's going to do decent damage, but it's just going to be more efficient to throw these Fire Punches here. They're going to start accumulating, and don't worry, your Diggersby is going to be able to take the hits. If they hit you with the Brave Bird, well, that's another story. That is going to hurt pretty much everything that's not going to be Steel or Rock type. And we're going to go ahead and let this go through, surviving and farming it down. I couldn't believe that. Swapping instantly into our Lugia here. We have 1 shield left, folks. I think a Sky Attack is going to do it right here for us. Lugia, let's get it. Hitting us with that Play Rough. And here we go. We're going to be able to take the win with the Lugia at the end with Sky Attack. This team is just clutch. Let's keep it moving here. We're starting it off with Diggersby for the entire time, and we're using this team for the whole video. We're met with a Deoxys defense form. Now, the Canners are doing super effective damage, but more than likely they're going to have Rock Slide, Thunderbolt, potentially even Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost is doing neutral damage, but Rock Slide and Thunderbolt are going to be resisted because of the ground typing on the Diggersby, so we're looking pretty good here. They're shielding up the first Earthquake. Kind of annoyed me a little bit because we don't really want our Azumarill or our Lugia to go up against the Deoxys there too much. Going for another Earthquake here. If they want to double shield it, then okay. Wow. So we didn't bait at all, and we wasted all that energy. So we have 2 shields out of them. They swap as we go into our Azumarill here into a Clefable, and we're going to go straight for the Hydro Pump here. We should be able to bubble down right after this, and I think we're going to be in a pretty good position here. Beautiful, taking them out before they're able to get to a charge move. In comes the Deoxys defense. I think we're going to shield this up, and we want to get off a Hydro Pump to do some nice chip damage to that. The Lugia can come in here and farm down with not very effective Exosensory and build up a ton of energy for whatever is in the back. And having both Hydro Pump and Sky Attack is going to give it some nice coverage and not be too afraid of a lot of things that it could potentially be weak to. So yeah, definitely don't want to go in here with Diggersby because it's just going to farm me down. So we're going to go in here with Lugia. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to get to a Rock Slide here. Could have been a Thunderbolt, but it is a Rock Slide doing super effective damage, and we're farming down. We almost have a Hydro Pump, so we're in a great position, and they have a Flygon in the back. So we're just going to go ahead and throw Sky Attacks here. Hydro Pump would do neutral damage because of the ground typing on it, but we're just going to go for the stab Sky Attack since we do have 2 of them and not mess around and take the win with the Lugia at the end, holding on to his shield. Let's go. This team is so fun to use. And that is going to be the end of the set here, going for a 5-0, and we're going to continue that on to an 11-0. So we're looking pretty good. This is going to be a team that took me to the longest win streak for this season so far, even though it's just been a few days. So we're met with a horrible lead, a Swampert, which is great. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Azumarill here. And, okay, I'm going to stop the commentary for a minute. We're going to talk about this. I'm just going to say something. This Swampert uses a Surf. And I just want to say you have to understand that not everybody is trying to do the best. You can rank up by simply going in here and winning a few battles here and there. And if you're thinking, well, why do they even play if they don't care? Well, the rewards are something, and you can get a lot of Stardust. Even if you don't really care, if you just go in and win a battle here and there, you can accumulate stuff. Where I'm going at is you don't need to make fun of people for using the wrong moves, all right, or messing up here and there. I see all these, like, not all, but I see a lot of hypocritical talk with the specific group of people that you already know who I'm talking about that chant, being helpful and just simply helping people get coached to become better. Now, I didn't say everybody, but you have no idea what some of these people are saying behind closed doors when they go out in front of all the public and they act like we got to help and we're here to teach, and then they mock people for, messing up or having a specific move or whatever the case may be. Just a bunch of hypocrisy. So I just want to say that I'm not going to ever tell people, you quit out of the battle. If you know you're going to lose, just quit. Why are you staying in the battle? Like, these are the same people that are chanting what we just described to be helpful. Like, why are you going to discourage people like that? Okay, you sit there and you look at The Sims all day. Okay, that's good for you. Some people have a life and some people need to do what they got to do. Just wanted to get that out there in the open, not trying to turn this into a negative thing. Into the next battle here, we're going to be met with a Stunfisk. So this is a fantastic matchup for us here. We're going to be building up a bunch of energy. They swap into a Melmetal. And here's a little tip. See how we go for Fire Punch and see how we almost had 2 Earthquakes? No, we should have just went straight for Earthquake. When you're ahead, you don't need to bait. You go ahead and go for the big move. I could have potentially gotten a shield and that would have been great, but we're in a position to just one-shot and I didn't take it. So, hey, you live and you learn, you make mistakes, and you can recover from the battle. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Azumarill to just start absorbing all of this Rock Slide stuff and farm this thing down. We're going to come out of this battle with some pretty low health, but enough to get off the energy that we need to do here. And we're looking good. See, not even in the red yet. So we're going to go for an Ice Beam here onto the Stunfisk. They're going to be using both their shields, so they're shieldless at this point. I think we want to shield this up and go for Hydro Pump. But I do believe they swap into a Bastodon. Here we go. And we have the Diggersby, so we're going to go ahead and swap into that after we get off this Hydro Pump. And there's the reason why I have Hydro Pump again. Swapping into Diggersby, and we're going to go for Earthquake, just overkilling onto this Bastodon here. All right, now it's extinct. In comes the Stunfisk here, and we simply just need to build up to Earthquake. It's not going to one-shot it. I think we have to do a couple more quick moves to take it out. But, yeah, definitely going to win this matchup here with our XL big boy, Big Chungus. And taking the win with a couple more quick moves. Let's get it into the next battle. We are met with a rank 5 here, so I was battling at a very odd time. And somebody was... I just said something about I don't want to tell what time I battle. But somebody made a comment like, it's dark in the game, so we know it's nighttime. You know, a fun little fact is Alaska doesn't have too much light during the winter, so to be honest, this could be like 5 p.m. This could be 5 a.m. You never know. Anyways, into the battle here. We're going to be throwing this Fire Punch onto that Alolan Ninetales, and we're going to catch its Weather Ball. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and catch that with our Azumarill here. And we're going to have some nice lag for this battle. I don't know what the heck was going on here. I'm not going to say they gained energy that they shouldn't have. I think they were ready to throw, and it just, you know, did the Go Battle League thing. I'm going to cut it. It was here, and we sat there for about a minute. Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and throw their energy here, a Psyshock, and it's going to sit still for just a little bit longer. Lovely. Waiting, and there it goes. Does no damage. Okay, so I can't say I was going to lose this anyways, because I could have just went in there and farmed with Lugia, but definitely got an advantage there. I'm not going to lie. I still kept the battle in here. I want you guys to see. You know, I'm not trying to hide it. Like, oh, gotta win in there. Definitely a little unfair, for sure. So we're going to go ahead and go in here with our Lugia. But, you know, what can we do, right? What can we do? I mean, I could, you know, let them win, but I would. It was not a situation where it looked like I was going to certainly lose. So, you know, we're still having to make plays here, and we were still in a not great position, swapping instantly as they go into their Galvantula here. I'm going to go ahead and throw a Fire Punch, and in comes the Politoed, and we're going for... I don't know why. I thought they had a Weather Ball, like they were about to throw it or something, but I think they're farming extra here. Definitely farming extra. So I think it's not horrible that we got off that Weather Ball, whatever. So we still have 2 shields. In comes the Lugia. The quick move on the Politoed is really not doing much at all, so we don't have to worry about it. But they are going to start throwing a ton of Weather Balls here. And I was thinking, there's no way they're going to be able to get to another one. And time up. Time up. And we win by that. I wasn't even looking at the clock. I was thinking, wow, that was a close one. We could have lost that. And that would have been annoying. Good lead. Met with an Alolan Marowak here, so let's go. So they're getting a bunch of energy and swapping into their Azumarill here. And knowing that Diggersby has such a good matchup with the Alolan Marowak, we're just going to throw our Earthquake here and then retreat into our own Azumarill. Yeah, it's actually not that bad of a play, I suppose, what I just did there. They do have Play Rough, so technically, yeah, that was a good thing that we did that. If they shield this up, that's going to be even better, getting a shield out of them. I mean, it's not great. We just used a Hydro Pump. It's a lot of energy that gets shielded there, so eek. Yeah, not the best. And we're going to go ahead and let this one go through. We do eventually shield up a Play Rough ourselves, I do believe. Getting to this Hydro... Oh, they swapped into a Meganium. I must say, very nice. Well done. Nice catch with that Hydro Pump. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Lugia, though, which absolutely walls Meganium because of Earthquake and our Flying type, and then Frenzy Plant because our Flying type. So beautiful. Gotta love it. On top of being tanky as well. So we're not going for no Sky Attack right now. We're building up a bunch of energy, and they're not wasting that. And technically, I could have under-tapped here and farmed down with the Extra Sensory, but whatever. We're just going to take them out and go right for our Sky Attack here onto the Marowak, and we could have went for Hydro Pump. Look at that. We could have one-shotted this. You know what? Everything, you know, everybody's hindsight's 2020. Could have done this, could have done that, of course. We could have saved the world if we knew the future in the past. Right, anyway. So they're going to take us out with a Shadow Bone. Man, it's a lot of energy for that. I wonder if they have, like, Fire Blast or something. Or maybe they just figured that the Bone Club wasn't enough. But anyways, Play Rough. I'm going to shield that up. Going for the Fire Punch. We need them to shield this. Please, please, please. Yo, beautiful. Swapping into our own Azumarill here. Building up to Ice Beam. And this is not going to KO. Doesn't matter. We just want to do some nice damage here. They're going to be forced to throw their energy, which is perfect. Going for a Play Rough. So they have Play Rough and Hydro Pump. Going in with the Diggersby, going for the Fire Punch, and this is going to secure that Azumarill down. In comes the Marowak, and we're building up to an Earthquake here. Fire Punch wouldn't have KO'd. I mean, I know it seems like an overkill, but whatever. We're shielding this up because we don't want to get hit by a surprise Fire Blast, and they do have Bone Club, just like we were talking about. Probably didn't think it would KO, and we're taking the win there. Fantastic. Into the next battle, folks. Let's get it. We're met with an Umbreon. And they're retreating into a Toxicroak. We're going to go into Lugia. Look at that extra sensory damage. Ooh-wee. Let's go. So they go for a Mud Bomb here. I'm assuming they have Dynamic Punch and Mud Bomb. Okay, that's not, you know, that's actually, you may want to go with Sludge Bomb, but Dynamic Punch can have some definite good play, but not up against Lugia here, unfortunately. And we're building up all this energy. Going to go ahead and throw it now. Now, could I have went Hydro Pump? Could have. Could have. Could have, would have, should have, but we're just going to keep going with the Sky Attacks at this point here. Going to go ahead and let this go through. As you can see, like we said in the beginning of the video, it can take hits, but super effective moves do hurt, and that was not a foul play. That was a Dark Pulse, which is doing a little bit more than your typical Dark move on the Umbreon that you would usually see. Going to go ahead and go in here with our Azumarill. And back to the thing of talking about people using specific moves or whatever the case may be. Not everybody can afford the Stardust to invest in some of these secondary moves. So they went for Dark Pulse. I'm assuming that's what they have on it. That's perfectly fine. But anyways, we're getting off that Hydro Pump and one-shotting the Ninetales there. Pretty nice. Going to go ahead and just go for the Ice Beam. I'm assuming they're just going to let this go. And thanks for staying in the battle the entire time and sticking it out. Like I said, I like it when people stick it out. And I'm not like that person who's going to say, why are you still here? You know you're lost. Like, where did people get the nerve to do that, especially on a live stream? But anyways, we're going to go on to collect our reward, another 5-0, moving up to rank 9 here. Like I said, we're a day behind because we foolishly did our Kanto sets right before this Season 7 started. Into the next and final battle, we're met with an Obstagoon, horrible lead, swapping into an Azumarill, and they're going to be going into Deoxys. This is not looking good, to be honest with you, so far, because we do have the Lugia, which is also going to be weak to the Obstagoon because of the dark moves, and then Diggersby weak to Obstagoon because of the fighting moves. So we're in a bit of a predicament here. We kind of need to come out of this battle on top, or at least farm down on the Deoxys to some degree and have a good amount of energy and 2 shields left. So I think, yeah, we're going to go ahead and let this go down and then come in here and farm. I'm not 100% sure who I farm with. Let's see. All right, Diggersby. All right, here's what my process. I go into this battle and I'm thinking, man, the quick moves are really doing no damage. This is not good. But I accidentally queue up on the Fire Punch. At this point, I was thinking I should just farm down all the way. But we're just going to go ahead and take them out before they just continue to do more counter damage. That was really the problem. Going to go ahead and go for Earthquake here. Let's see if we can get this nice hard hit and move through. We do. Oh, beautiful. This is just great. So I think all right, we're going to let this go through. Very interesting. Getting to a Fire Punch. So thought process at this point is, okay, do enough damage that we can go in here and farm with Lugia, even though its extra sensory is resisted. It is going to get a little bit ugly here. Night Slash is going to do decent damage. They got the boost. Now, they got the boost to swap, and I don't blame them. It's happened to me before. It's a strategy. You use your charge move and you swap. Done it with Togekiss many times, as well as Obstagoon. So they're probably like, you're kidding me? I should have stayed in that battle. No. So they are shieldless at this point, and we're looking fantastic. Now, I'm just a little worried, like, crap, I need the shield, though. And because of the Obstagoon, you know, they're going to hit me with a charge move. So we're going to go ahead and take them out. And I'm thinking, how are we going to do this? This is getting a little close. We're going to catch. Yeah, you like that? That was so stinking clean. I love putting these at the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. And I'll catch you all next time. Let's go with that XL. Take care.